really know if you had this played alone. I was living a dream, believing things that just ain't true. Oh, I can't believe I never believed in you. You had me chasing fool's gold. I was chasing fool's gold. I was chasing fool's gold. Somewhere deep down inside, I knew you weren't right. But bringing you down was a plan I never did back. I would have been here forever, living for you. But I would have been living forever as you fall. I was living a dream, believing things that just ain't true. Oh, I can't believe I ever believed in you. You had me chasing fool's gold. I was chasing fool's gold. I was chasing fool's gold.
Maybe it's not right there. Where is my post? Let's see. Get it together here. Here it is, right there. Okay, let's share it in my post. Okay, let's share it in my post. Okay, let's share it in my post. Hey there, Stephanie. Hey there, it's Joycelyn Wells with Joy Exposed, and welcome. It's Wednesday, January 19th, and you know me, I was trying to figure out the technical pieces. So we have a special guest tonight. Let's get through the 3 cheers of joy so we can bring her on. So, you know, I'm on this diet. Well, I won't say that. It's a lifestyle change. So I've been drinking hella water because my trainer said I got to cut down my alcohol consumption. That's tricky. But anyway, I've been doing pretty good. But tonight's 3 cheers of joy is brought to you, of course, by Queen's Ransom, our alcohol-infused products. And I have some forbidden fruit tonight. I usually have the Tomation's hard tea, but I do have the forbidden fruit. I might sip on that a little bit, just a little bit. So 3 cheers of joy, 3 moments of self-celebration that have nothing to do with anybody else, only you. My first cheer of joy, look at that gray hair coming in. Y'all see that? Gray hair, baby. Gray hair coming in. I've been thinking about dyeing it, like a little platinum. See what I could do about that, but I haven't made up my mind yet. I've researched it a little bit, but I've never put any color or anything in my locks, so I'm really concerned about that. So that's my first cheer of joy. I have gray hair. My children say I'm growing up too fast. I'm trying to grow up too fast. Just let time do it. But I'm still anxious about it, right? I'm excited. I got some gray in there. Anyway, okay, so my second cheer of joy, 3rd week of my workout. 3 weeks I've been working out. I'm definitely seeing some results. I'm stronger. I can feel myself getting stronger. You know, the funny thing is you just can't really see yourself getting smaller, right? When you lose a few pounds, you want to see it immediately. Like I want my whole stomach to be gone, but it doesn't work like that. So, but I am shouting out to myself for my 3rd week of this workout, and I'm working hard. My trainer said he's proud of me because I haven't been trying to get out of my workouts. I've been getting up early, getting them done. So I'm really excited about that. So this is week 3. My 3rd cheer of joy is I was about to take a nap today, but I decided against taking a nap and that I would go to Lowe's to look at their plants. That was fun. So I needed to repot some plants, but in the process, I found some great plants on sale. On clearance. I bought a couple more plants. I love them. And it just makes the house feel so warm and cozy and smell so fresh and just good air circulating through. So I got a couple more plants today. So pleased with that. And I'll have to kind of go ahead and repot them and put them away, put them up so that when Faceless Love gets home on Friday, he won't notice that I added plants. So those are my 3 cheers of joy. The first one was my gray hair. Y'all see it coming through? Look at that. Yes. But first cheer of joy was my gray hair because I'm 52. I'll be 53 in August. My hair is finally growing. So I've been growing my locks for about 5 years now, and I'm finally getting some good gray, thick gray up in there. So that's good. You need to repot your plants too. Yes, repot your plants. They become so happy when they have a new home. My second cheer of joy was my workout. I've been working out, and they're good workouts too. So ain't no BS. Today was just a yoga day, and I'm still aching already just because of yoga. And tomorrow and Friday and Saturday are my heaviest days. Monday, Friday, Saturday are the heaviest days, and Sunday is a rest day, which seems good that Sunday is a rest day. But hell, I'm tired as hell from Friday and Saturday, so all I can do is lay around like a vegetable and then look forward to freaking Monday, right? So it's going good. And then my third cheer joy were my plants. So I got some more plants. I repotted some plants. They're growing. All of the plants are growing so well, and they're happy here, and I'm happy here. And like I think I said last week or the week before, my plants remind me that I'm growing. So maybe I'm not growing as fast as I want to grow or getting where I want to, like right now, but I am growing, and my plants remind me of that because I celebrate them and their growth, and I talk to them and feed them and keep them healthy, and all of the things I'm doing to my plant, I have to do to myself. And that's exactly what I'm doing, taking care of myself with my exercise and plenty of water and my vitamins, because at 53, I can't be looking a mess. Especially, I got a grandbaby. I'm going to have some more grandkids. I got to be able to move around. So those are my 3 cheers of joy, 3 moments of self-celebration that have nothing to do with anybody else, just me. And I would hope that everyone can just stop at some point in their life and just find some point in their week or their day, just find 2 or 3 things that are good for you. I mean, it could be anything. All the lights were green while you were driving to the market. You didn't get stuck in traffic. You remembered to get your lunch when you left. Whatever it is, find something to celebrate you, to remind you that you were chosen and you're supposed to be here. Trust me, it makes everything just feel better when you can just say, I'm supposed to be here, right? I'm supposed to be here, and good things are supposed to happen to me. Thank you so much. Yours truly said I look great. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So just make sure you take care of yourself and just celebrate you. Whatever you have to celebrate, celebrate it. I also have something else to happen today that is hilarious. So, everybody's working from home. I'm working from home, and I do a lot of online shopping, which I think everybody does at this point. Yes, cheers to that. Laughing and smiling today. Cheers to that, Stephanie. So I've been getting a lot of order. I get like Instacart. I'm not doing any fast food, no Grubhub or anything like that. But I order stuff from neem oil for my plants. I just order random stuff. So I'm always getting packages. So I've been talking about how I was trying to not spend any money for January and February, but it's not really working for me because I'm still buying stuff. Well, anyway, yesterday was Tuesday. Yeah. Yesterday and I had to really leave the house because I'm working from home. So yesterday I asked Faceless Love, will you check the mail? Because I was expecting a package. Well, he checked the mail, but then he got here and then there was another package on the door. So I was like, damn, I got 2 packages in one day and I ain't supposed to be spending no money, right? So then today he left to go hang out with his daughter, and as soon as he left, somebody knocked on the door, and I thought it was him coming back home. And I was like, who is it? Who is it? And the guy's like, it's FedEx. And I was like, damn, okay. So I opened the door and I looked outside, and there's a box from FedEx. And I looked at the label, and it was a box from freaking Saks Fifth Avenue. I ordered Okay, so let's see. Am I back? It's me, Stephanie. I was frozen. I think I'm back now. Let's see. Um, it's me. Let's see if this is it. All right, so I think we had some technical difficulties, so hopefully that corrected itself. Um, I got a couple people sent me messages, so let's see. Stephanie, can you see me now? Oh, yeah, I'm in. Okay. All right, so I was telling my story about FedEx. The FedEx man came right after Faceless Love left, and it was my shoes I ordered from Saks. I was like, oh Lord, I've got to stop. This being at home is creating some havoc, boy. It's so easy to order anything and just have it right at the door. Because there's no way I would have gone in Saks, like the department store, to go shopping. But here I am ordering from Saks online. It's just too convenient. But anyway, we'll deal with that as we go. So yeah, so I got some really cool sandals, not even winter shoes, like summer shoes. I'm already ready for summer. So it wasn't even any winter shoes. So it was some stuff for the summer. So we have one or two social media posts of the week brought to you by stmspecialties.com. You know, my favorite Tumblr lady, my favorite heirloom specialist who makes all the neat little things for me. Shout out to her. She has been at home redecorating, remodeling. She is going through changing her life upside down. So shout out to stmspecialties.com for just making dreams come true all over the place. All right, so I've just got a couple of Facebook social media posts of the week. Let me find them real quick. Oh, here's one I saw. It was really funny, reminding me of my aunt Carolyn. It says, I'm from Atlanta, where people will visit you in the hospital, then go play your room number. Straight box. My aunt always plays the numbers. She has played numbers for so long that she has little notebooks where she used to write the number in and sell the tickets. So that right now you can go to her house and still find those little notebooks. So that's kind of funny. And let me see another one. Oh yeah, that's the one about people being sick. I read that last week. There was one I just saw. Our guest is here, so we get ready to pull her. So I'm looking for my last post. Let's see. Can I get on my? I am the worst. I'm gonna have to literally hire somebody because I am a disaster when it comes to this social media. There we go. All right. So this one was kind of funny, and it just popped up, and I tried to save it, but I scrolled past it first. So let me read it. And it's, sometimes I can be crass. It's a little crass. It says, y'all ever been laid up and realized, yeah, this is the last time I'm coming over here? Yes. I think that's so funny because we always think about, hooking up with people or being with somebody or staying at their house. But truth of the matter is, you go to somebody's house and be like, I'm not coming back over here. You can come over my house. I'm not coming back in this trap. But so yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. Somebody shared it in one of the groups I'm in. So I laughed a lot. It was so funny. Yeah, so that was so funny. And then, here's the last one. Let me read this one real quick. Let me get Nichole on. Okay, this is a social media post. I just saw this one. Ain't no beef finna hide me. I'm coming. It's ain't no beef finna hide me. I'm coming on your shit like, hey, sweet coochie, did I leave my gun over there? Straight blocking. That is hilarious. People are crazy. Y'all know I love my social media. Gotta have it. Gotta have it. All right. So you know me. I'm Joycelyn Wells. I have a special guest tonight. I'm gonna say her name perfect because I've been practicing. That's what I've been doing. Her name is Nichole Osunyoyin Omiyaale Lanier, and she's our guest tonight. Let me get her in here. Yes. Oh, I got rid of her. She came in, she went. What did I do? That was me. There you go.
Hey, how are you?
I'm well. Did I say the name right this time? I was
a little bit. You're better than last time for sure. So.
Oh my God, I love it. I absolutely love it. So welcome. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. How are you?
I'm doing well. I absolutely love following you on social media. You're so freaking gorgeous, for one. Like,
Thank you.
every time I see your pictures, I'm just like, look at her. Like, you just like, I woke up like this. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Just for joining me tonight. So anyway, before I'm going to gush all over you. So just, will you share about yourself to our audience?
Yes. So, I met you, when I had wine numerology in Tampa.
Yep.
Yes. So that was my first introduction to you and all your greatness. And I saw your book and everything, and we did like a mini reading right there, right on the spot. So, so that's what I do. I do numerology, astrology. I am an astro-numerologist, and I'm also a web designer, graphic designer, and I do a lot of healing work here and there. So I'm just me. But you met me during numerology, so yeah.
And you're just finding your way. I think that when we are open to what the universe has for us, we do a lot of things. There isn't a thing, right? Yeah.
Right.
And
I
it just
agree.
opens us up to,
Right.
I guess, opportunities to meet people, to network, to make some money, to bring in resources, so all of that. So that's good.
Right. And that's how it was when we first met. It was like a networking energy as well. So I was really happy that we were able to connect in that way and talk about things like this, more taboo spiritual topics. So it was really easy to just talk about that and get that all out for you to understand. And when I did your numerology, it was so interesting because you were the only one in the room with that number. And so it was, so it was really good to connect in that way too.
That's just so neat that you even remember the details like that, because I remember that you did it, but that is true. When you did my numerology, I was so moved by it that I stood up. I remember like, oh my God, you know me. Like, you're telling me things I didn't know about myself. I mean, I knew they were there, but I never knew like that it was a thing, and you were able to see that. Yeah, that was amazing. Yeah. So what have you and I think that's been about 2 years now. What have you been up to?
2 years. My gosh.
It
That
was,
seemed like it was just yesterday.
It was before COVID. So even it was longer than that.
Good times. Things were easy. Jeez. When we could travel and just feel good. Like we didn't wear any masks. So good.
You could touch people. You could touch people. You could hug them. You could kiss them. Like, damn. Because you're like, I haven't kissed any random people in a while now.
Well, I see you've been traveling though, so you've been in these streets. I've seen you.
Look, I try to be as safe as possible, and it's so funny because I am so cautious, traveling, but just like it's the local stuff that I'm afraid of, where there's masked people and where we get really comfortable and drinking and around a lot of people. That's the stuff that
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But just going with the flow and just taking care of yourself. I know I've been, doing some traveling too, and taking care of myself, and I still mask up,
Yep. Yeah. Did you make a decision? Did you get the vaccine? Were you open to that, or
I did. For my own personal reasons. And I'm thankful that I did, to each their own, but I think it was for me.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And you spend a lot of time, is it with your mother and your grandmother? It's like,
yes, I do. I do. And so that was a big factor as well. I do have an elderly person around me that I want to make sure I protect. And although she's healthier than everybody I know, I doubt she could be. That was my reasoning, just to make sure my family was good, especially when I did have to leave. I was leaving more than anyone else, so, and I was around them more than anyone else. So.
Right. Yeah, that's I just think just having that is having to have that conversation with yourself, like what's the best thing to do and where do we put our trust and where do we, all of that. But it's just,
Right.
and you said you have to make your own decision about what you do. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I mean, some people are doing just fine without it. I think that you can't govern anybody and what they're
Mm-mm.
doing and how they're doing it, honestly. I
Yeah.
think you'd be doing yourself a disservice. Just worry about yourself and your own wellness, and that's it.
That's it. Yep. And I
Mhm.
have a friend of mine, and he hasn't gotten vaccinated, and
Mhm.
he doesn't talk about it. I mean,
Right.
I ask him, like, did you get your vaccination? He's like, no, but he said, no, but I'm fine. I'm taking care of myself. And I'm like,
Right.
okay. And so I just really just send him some prayers and some
Mhm.
energy and just hope that he's safe,
Mhm.
because I mean he's an
Right.
adult, and
Yeah.
adults make, especially grown up men make decisions like what they want to do. So I ain't arguing with no man about
Ain't arguing with
nothing.
no man.
Not all that about nothing. It don't even matter. It's like whatever.
Right.
Like whatever. Yeah. So you have on your website Nichole's Cosmic Cove. What kind
Mhm.
of services do you offer? Like what do you? I know you said
Oh,
numerology.
yes. So I offer, right now, I'm doing numerology readings for 2022. So that's usually what people get when they come to me. They get they want to know what their year is looking like. But I'm also offering full numerology readings, and that is pretty much going over everything as far as your life path number, which is your birthday added up to give you information about what you came here to do,
Mhm.
and your day of birth information, because that's different than your life path number. It's a different energy and different characteristic. And then I'm going over like your karmic lessons and just pretty much your lifespan and previous lifetimes as well, if that comes up.
Oh
I'm
my God.
also offering astro-numerology readings, which is adding an astrology aspect to it, because some people want to know what the planets are doing too, and they want to
Mhm.
see if their numerology is in line with their planets, because sometimes they're not. And sometimes you want to know, if you know all of your numerology, then kind of what's happening. The planets are also doing stuff as well. And then lastly, I offer compatibility readings. And this is compatibility in love and business, partnerships. If you want to know about how you're going to be able to get along vibrationally.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. Like it's because you don't think about when you haven't spent a life of knowing that. And when you meet
Mhm,
somebody who is knowing, it's almost like
mhm.
I've been out here twirling around aimlessly. I could have had some direction.
Right. Sometimes I need to have a plan. Can I have just a plan? Even if it's not
Yeah.
going to go as planned. Yeah.
And it's also,
Mhm,
I mean, just good to know things about yourself. Like, oh, no wonder I've never really been a group person. It's just not who I am.
mhm.
Like,
Absolutely.
when you know that kind of stuff, it just sheds more light on you, and it gives you
Mhm.
permission to just move how
It
you
does. It
naturally
does.
want to move. Yeah,
Mhm,
yeah.
mhm.
Oh
And
my
that's
god.
what I tell people, when they're like, well, why numerology? Because even though you can plan, it may not go as planned, right? But you do get to know a little bit about what's going on, a little bit about what's happening, especially if you don't know which direction to go in. You
Right.
know, my life path number is 8. And I know that while everybody, in the world thinks about money in some kind of way, my life path number is one that it affects me at a soul level. And so,
Mhm.
if I lose my job, while I can maybe find another one,
Another
it
one.
will
Yeah.
affect me spiritually in a way that I have to let my folks know, so that they're not thinking something is, what's wrong with us, because that's a big deal. Whereas, even if I were to get a new job and I'm at that job and I hate it, because that soul level money energy, work energy is bothersome for a
Right.
energy. So
Right.
knowing that about myself, I can prepare myself for it. I can prepare my loved ones for it, to understand what I'm actually going through. I can explain it.
And I think people don't realize that. I talked to a colleague today, and she was talking about her job and just saying how crazy it was. And I said, well, you have to think, if you're feeling that, you're bringing it into your home. That means your husband is affected, your child is affected. Like, this isn't just you. This is bleeding over into your family. And when you have this anxiety, you're less likely to go to bed to rest and heal for tomorrow. You're gonna,
you're gonna be thinking about it. You're gonna be
think about it, right? And you're not gonna be open and be able to be submissive in that intimate way with your husband, with your spouse. You're gonna start putting up.
Right.
I was like, it's unhealthy. That's trauma. Yeah. And we don't think about it like that. We just think about, we got to do it, and it's like, no.
No. Right. And then, with children, I tell like parents, getting your numerology readings for your children is beneficial too. So you can know what they aren't telling you. You can have a better understanding about, my child is a life path number 6 and they have a hard time with a family split up more than another child would. And so you get to cultivate love and home and family in a different way with your child because their life path number is 6. So things like that.
And we don't think about it at that level. We just think it's right here, right now. You're not thinking beyond that. And once you start seeing yourself, it makes
it does. And the patterns of it too, and that's why I love numbers, because they're consistent, as we know it here on earth. 1 + 1 is 2, as we know it. And so that's consistent. If you owe $5, you owe $5, not 505, so when I am doing numerology, I'm loving that it's the consistency of the numbers. Wow, I love astrology. I love the planets. They are not consistent. They're always moving around. We're always going through full moons and Mercury retrogrades that we're in right now.
Now.
Technical difficulties, all of that.
And we're having them right now. As we have this moment, we're having them. The one thing I found about retrograde a few years ago is that, and I don't know, because I'd never even heard of it or considered it to affect me. And then at some point I realized that when Mercury's in retrograde, I'm a beast. Like, all my cylinders are hitting. I'm producing like crazy, like for that time. And then as soon as it's over, it's like, but I was like, okay, so this really affects me.
Yes.
But I believe that it's because I'm aware of myself and that I have a life path that I'm able to put the two together, to not fight against it. If something's not working, que sera, sera, like, hey, what? We'll try it again. But I just can't get, F this and blah, blah, blah. That's
right.
Crazy. Yeah, that's crazy energy. And I just don't, but because I know, like, everything, there's something good in it for me. I literally feel like that I just, I'm looking for the goodness for me. It's the goodness for me.
Right.
It is. So you started putting the astrology with the numerology because people were asking. You would do their numerology.
Right. And I started out doing astrology just for myself. Numerology has always just been something that I've done. Astrology has also been something that I've done, but not for people, with people. And astrology, while I love it, I'm still learning so much more about it because, we're still learning about comets, asteroids, everything. We're still learning about the solar system. And so there's so many different things that, as we know, it could change, and so I'm just always going to be a student of both numerology and astrology. But astrology is definitely has a lot more depth to it because there's so many things that we don't know. About
and that we're learning new planets. What was a planet is no longer a planet.
Right, was no longer a planet.
A new universe. How many? I mean, that's the beautiful thing to me about science is that, okay, so there are theories, but it's ever changing, and it's always a discussion to be had. Why? And when you can put yourself in a position to use the research and answer the why.
Mm-hmm.
The stuff that's the stuff, like you said, the numbers are the numbers, but
Right.
the opportunities to incorporate the numbers into something else, those opportunities.
Right.
You had on your website, I've got to look at it. It's your title. Is it a priestess?
Yes.
Tell me about that. How did you get it? Because I want a title. I want a title.
So yes. I am initiated. I'm into Esheshe. It's an African traditional religion. Ifa. I'm initiated to Osun. I'm the priestess of the goddess of. She's the Orisha, a Yoruba goddess, and I am initiated to Ifa, and I am initiated to Olokun. And these are Orisha as well, but I am only a priestess of Osun. I had to go through training for that, and I'm still in training. I feel that this is a lifelong journey. I feel that even though I have priestess in front of my name, I will forever be learning about Isheshe, Ifa, Osun, and the Orisha. It has been one of the most healing things I could have ever done for myself. Um, it is still unfolding and opening for me. It is, Oshun is beautiful. Oshun has saved my life. And I have been able to speak um, about Oshun in the most beautiful way because of how I have grown over the years. Oshun has placed the mirror in front of me and shown me myself over and over again to the point where now I feel like when I look in the mirror, I can actually see me. That is what Oshun has done for me.
I just got chills.
Yes, so.
Oh wow, that's amazing, and I love that because when I remember my mom used to tell me, there's a world of information out there that you don't know. And because as you know, you're growing up, you think you know everything. Oh, I got this. You know? But there is a world of there's so much knowledge. There's so much knowledge. And when we leave ourselves in a box, we know less about who we are and what our purpose, like why we're even chosen to be here, you know. And I love that you have taken that. You're on that journey to find yourself in the gods. And I'm writing, I'm helping to write it. I'm the lead writer on an animation project, and we are some of the characters within the project are the gods, the Yoruba gods. So, you know, so you saying that, I'm like, oh yeah, I know.
So it's in alignment, And you know, here in the diaspora, we are learning more about, you know, African traditional religions, and it's becoming even more mainstream. And I think that it's a beautiful thing, but you have to also know that it's something that you have to study. You know, you have to be diligent. It's not something that you can just learn off the internet and just feel like you know it. You have to be open to and doing that. And so when people ask me, you know, how do you get into this? You know, I always tell them you have to start with yourself first. This might not even be your way. You have to be able to sit with yourself. You have to be able to affirm with yourself. You have to be able to learn what your likes and dislikes are. You know, sometimes people think that, you know, because it's popular, it's what they need, when all you need is just to sit with yourself each day and meditate until you can find what you need, you know. And self-talk to me is the first medicine. You know, how you're speaking to yourself is everything. And if you find yourself not being able to speak to yourself in the most positive ways, then it's going to be difficult for you to then learn how to study your religion or become anything, because you're having a hard time adjusting to that first thing. And I feel like self-talk literally leads to positive self-talk, leads to where you need to be spiritually.
Right. And I totally agree with that. I know that when I started my journey to just being of purpose, like when I understood that I was chosen and started that, the first thing that I did was I looked in the mirror and told myself the truth about my life. And When you talk to yourself, when you're looking at yourself and you're telling yourself the truth about all the things that we embellish about my great home that I have and my great marriage that I had, and my children are just amazingly, when you're lying, those are lies. Like those are literally lies you're telling, and you're putting the lies out that are contradicting the reality. You don't have any energy for anything good. All you're doing is burying yourself in your own lies. You're lying to, and I had to tell myself that, because otherwise I wouldn't have any goodness if I lied to myself. So now I'm to the point that I don't like to lie. If I feel like I'm gonna lie or need to, I'm just kind of like, there's got to be something different, because I feel like I have to pay that back. Like if I put that out there, I've got to pay that back.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So I hold on. I'm big on that. It's like, if I put this negative out there, if I do this, I'm gonna have to pay this back, and I can't say how I'm paying it back. It's just I'm gonna have to do it. So, but I love that. I love that you're here. Thank you so much. And Troya said, yes, Priestess. And thank you for giving the website too. I love it. So I was a year ago. I was in a cigar bar in Atlanta, and I was talking.
Love those.
Me too. I love my cigar.
Love, yes.
Yeah. So I was a lady there, and I don't even know what we were talking. Reached out and grabbed my hand, and she's just holding my hand. So I was like, this is weird. No, it wasn't last year. It must have been 2 years, because it was pre-COVID, because we touched. This is like,
we gotta add that in there, right? That's important.
Because she did touch me. So she touched me. She was holding my hand, and so I'm smoking my cigar. I didn't look at her. I'm just smoking my cigar. She's rubbing my hand, and I turned and looked at her eventually, and she's just looking at me, and she says, "I know who you are," and I said, "Who am I?" And she said, "You can tell me," and I said, "But if you know, tell me." And then I told her my name, because we talked, and I told her my name. She says, "You're a sacred sexual priestess, aren't you?" And I said, "I don't know." and she sat there and she told me about myself, and she talked about how I have the ability to share intimately and in love with numerous people, and how I don't, it's unconditional, and how I don't spend enough time in one place to be, and she just literally sat there and read me in this kind of social erotic space. And I was just like, well, maybe I am.
I am, actually. Tell me more.
I know, but I haven't, and I remember that, like I remember her sitting, just holding my hand, rubbing my hand. And even then I didn't feel like yanking or don't touch me. I've never that response to people. So when she was telling me that, I was like, okay, so she can something that I can't see, and you never know where people are,
Right. Because people are always going to see you from their perspective anyway, and it's actually nice to see that when people can align with you, sometimes people can give you the best messages, and I love messages like that, reminders actually.
Yes, their intention. They're walking along your path for that reason. You're supposed to receive that message.
Right. And especially if it's a place that you like to go, and you get messages where you like to be.
Yeah, I love that. So let's see, how you feeling tonight? I can send you a Cash App. You want to do a numerologist for somebody? You want to do a reading?
I will. I actually will. Yes, okay. I will pick somebody.
Let me do that. So what do you need? Birth date and what? Is it just birth date? Or
I just need the day and the month and the year.
Okay, well, let me give you, the birth date is 9/1/71. Is it? Wait a minute. Let me make sure before I give you that. Let me
yes, please.
Yeah, it's not. Look, it's not me. So it's my girlfriend. She's listening. So I'm gonna check and make sure it's the right year. I think she's 2 years younger. Yeah, 9/1/71.
Okay. Let me add this up.
Okay, let me make sure she's. Let me text her. Make sure she's. Stephanie, you still listening?
Let
Oh,
me get my
70.
calculator out.
91. Look, she sent it to me. 9170.
9170. Thank you.
70, not
Thank you
71.
very
70.
much.
Yeah, she sent it. She's like, oh no, get it right.
Let me tell you, when I get birthdays, I always have to double check because once I read and someone is looking at me like, no, it's because the birthday is
Yeah, you like it ain't
right.
me. It's information.
So 1970, you
Yes.
said 1970.
Yep. 9170. I thought she was 2 years younger than me. She's only 1 year younger than me.
Okay, so her name is Stephanie.
Yep.
Okay, so Stephanie, well, first off, you are a leader, a complete, like you are your first name, your name, the first letter of the alphabet, the letter of the your first name, the first letter of your first name is S, and that vibration is a one vibration. And since you're born on a 1 day, means that you definitely are a leader. You take the lead in projects. You may not really like working with people, may like to get it done on your own. You may be the person to um, see the vision, know what it looks like, and um, see see it from the beginning to the end. And so, like when you're working with people, that might be a little difficult because people might not be able to see your vision, but you're a visionary because you are a one vibration. Um, your whole life path number is 189. So this means that you are also a humanitarian. You are a people person. People love you. People migrate to you. Travel is very, very important for you. I know we are in a pandemic, but you will have to find ways to get away. It's just important to find freedom in that way. Your vibration has to have freedom. You have to be able to see new and different people, different cultures, and even doing public speaking in that way, workshops, podcasts of that nature do well for you. Um, what else about you? Okay, so 1970. So 1970 is a great vibration for the year that you're born in because it equals 8. So this means that from the months of September 30th through December 30th, every year you have an opportunity to make a great deal of money. This is a time
Ooh.
where you get having a new job, a new opportunity. And because your day of birth is 1, you are prone to new opportunities. So during the months of September 30th through December 30th, you can actually apply for a new job, ask for a raise, and you're in that money vibration. You could launch a project. Could be your launching time of the year kind of thing. What else? You are a Virgo, so that's not numerology. However, you are meticulous. Details are very important to you. But because details are important to you, you're going to have to be able to relax your mind, relax, get quiet time with yourself. Meditation is going to be very important for you because your mind is always going, 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 going. What else? You have to ask for help when you need it. I think I said that already, but that's very, very important. You could overwork yourself. You could take on tasks, other people's tasks, when you're not, that those aren't your tasks, and causes more issues in your life than it needs to be. Um, Making sure that you actually rest because of
Mm.
that. Telling people no is very important here, but with tact and diplomacy, because number 1 energy might not always have the best tact. Um,
Ooh, that sounds like me. What does that? That has nothing to do with me. No. Oh wow.
let's see. I want to make sure, but you are a natural leader, and so taking the charge in projects do very well for you. So taking the back seat is not really your thing, and you shouldn't have to do that if you don't want to. This vibration gets to shine, and your life path number 189 gets to shine as well. The reason you're an 18-9 and not like a 27-9 is because I added up your year first, and I got 8, and then I added 9, and then I added 1. And so when you add that up, you get 18. And then that 9, 1 plus 8 equals 9. So you are an 18 9, not a 27 9, which means that you make a great deal of money and prosperity through people. That 8 there is about the money you make. That 1 there is about the leadership in making your money. And together it equals 9, which means that you make your money doing humanitarian things with people in a big way. Okay. So
what about like in for love? Like what kind of
so this number is the number. So lots of lovers, I'll say this. So this energy is prone to have lovers that you could have more than one at one time. However, if that's not your thing, you'll have to be honest about what commitment means to you. This vibration is a people energy, lots of people in and out of your life. It doesn't have to be love, but it's just people in general. And because of this, commitment can be something that might not be the easiest. And so having an idea of commitment, if you are single, of what that means for you, what you require, the details of that, details are important to you. So if you are single, writing out a whole list. You know, some people shy away from that. But your vibration is it's I would think it's kind of important to see everything on paper, as far as what you're looking for and what you want in a person. If you are in a relationship, or you're seeing someone or dating someone, this vibration is about, okay, newly single. Oh, that's actually, I would say, a good thing. When you're starting, 2022 for the world is 6 energy. And 6 energy, 2 plus 2 plus 2, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 2 equals 6. So the universe is, the world is in the vibration of 6 energy. And 6 energy is about home and family and love and children and marriage, all the mushy romantic stuff. And so when I tell people that are coming into this vibration, especially if it's their personal vibration, if you're in a relationship, your relationship could be tested. If you're married, it could be tested. And you have to be open to seeing if you want to renew the energy, do vow renewals, if you want to enhance the romance. But if not, that kind of energy will tear that energy apart so that you can find who you're supposed to be with. So if you are newly single, this vibration that we're in for 2022, you're opening yourself up for new love and a new vibration. And actually, this is a good year to be in for that. Also, think back what you were doing in 2013 to see about where your love life was and what lessons you learned from then until now, and kind of make a note of that for yourself. Yeah.
she said energy is bad for marriage. And but you did say look back into 2013, right? That was another 6. Right.
Absolutely. Look back to that and see
Mm-hmm.
where you were, and especially because Stephanie has a lot of 1 energy. Look back to like things that happened that were new. Like really look back and see, if you met some new people, new situations, new job, whatever the case may be, and then see how you can do better in this year. See what what you've learned from that. Vibration, energy, and vibrational energy, it reacts very well to you. Seeing what you've learned, and putting that to use, putting those thoughts to use.
What do you think about when so this is just general. What do you think about when people are in situations and they aren't good situations for them, but they're comfortable in them because it's what they know? Like
In
how do
relationships.
in relationships, how do they use that like for the like what is the way to get them to see like it wasn't necessarily good for you? So how do you break that comfort in that?
Are
We
you
have a lot
speaking
of
like,
people that are like that, just in the space because they know it.
you know, I guess I've had people that I know that are in situations. I've actually had friends that have been in situations that I know, that weren't good for them. Um, and when I'm asked for my advice, I do give my advice, but I'm more of a listener,
Mhm.
and more of uh, an empathetic ear, because love is is very tricky. Relationships are, and
Mhm.
you'll never really know what a person is really going through unless you're there inside their body,
Right.
and you'll never know the kind of emotions and the love they have for this. You don't even know about the soul ties. You don't know what they've
Mhm.
had karmically. You don't know. All you know is that you can listen and you can guide.
What is the
Everyone is
soul tie?
here. Would you
What is
say?
what's the soul tie? You said it's
So
the
soul ties are things from past lives, or if your
Mm.
soul is just tied to that person because you've had love, or even if you've had them been with them in this lifetime and you have left them.
Mm.
There are things that can tie you to them, and there are things that you can do to break those ties as well. And there's some things that you have to go through karmically in order to break those ties. But when people
Mm.
are going through things in that way, I feel like you can offer all the advice you want, but if it's not something that's supposed to end right then, if it's not something, whatever,
Yeah.
and it could be dire circumstances here. I'm not just talking about like little things. But you can be that person that's there. And mind you, I don't recommend people staying in situations longer than they're supposed to. And I don't recommend you being in situations that are bad for you, but you also have to understand the dynamic behind it.
Right.
It could be something that you'll never ever know why someone was fated to be with somebody.
Right. Yeah,
Mhm.
I totally understand that. It's just really interesting, and I have to try very hard because I'm so open about me and my own
Mhm.
life trauma. Like
Yes,
I
you are.
am, yeah. I'm very open, and I have to remember that people aren't, and there's fear, but
Mhm.
I know that when I was trying to figure out how to get out of my traumatic relationship years ago, my fear kept me
Mhm.
in it for a long time. But once
Yes. Yep.
once I finally left and just literally gave myself, like, understood that I was chosen, it became
Mhm.
easier for me to move. And I want
Mhm.
everybody to have that freedom. And I know that
Mhm.
doesn't ever happen that way, but
Yeah,
yeah.
and sometimes it does, but everyone's journey is definitely not going to be the same. And when,
Mhm.
you know, um, I know that sometimes people have to just um, feel through the pain. Sometimes people have to just go through their process. But one thing, some people, might jump into another relationship. Some people might, whatever the case
Mm.
may be, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
um, you get to learn your way eventually.
right.
Sometimes people learn late in life, but
Yeah.
you have to experience. You have to go through things so that you can know what's happening. And
Mhm.
you have to know what you don't like for real. Sometimes these relationships that are happening are showing you what you don't like,
Picking
and
up your
and
tool
but
picking
you,
up
but
your
you had to
tools
go
along
through
the
it.
way. Yeah.
Right.
You're picking up
Right.
your tools. Yeah, yeah. You and
Right.
I mean, and
Mhm.
I wholeheartedly agree with that. I
Mhm.
just I know that when I feel like I want I I'm open to so much goodness, right?
Yes,
And I feel like
absolutely.
I get so much favor. It's like, "It come over here, it's good, trust me." Like, "It's so good." And that's how I feel about people. It's like, "I found it, I can help you," like, but I sometimes forget that there is a process.
Mhm.
There is a process for me to get here, and there's a
Mhm.
process for other people to get there, but I
Mhm.
absolutely know that I need there are things that I need, and I just ask for it, and then it doesn't
Absolutely.
the whole world will stop for it to happen. We'll have a snowstorm, COVID, like, and I'm like, "Did you do all this for me just because I asked?" Like, "Oh my god." So I take it all personal because I feel like I
Mhm.
have an obligation to get to my
Yes.
purpose so I can do what the universe needs for me to do.
Right.
I
Right.
I take it all very personal, anything.
Mhm. Right. Because Earth is the school.
Mhm.
Earth is like definitely we are in school here, and it's like, what other lesson?
Yeah.
What's next? God? Like, what's going on
Yeah.
here?
What's like, yeah, and think and being aware of who we are, and just for like,
Mhm.
okay, I didn't know that about myself, but okay, not fighting
Right.
against it. You're not fighting it. You're
Mhm.
just riding the
Mhm.
wave of this is it. Like today
Right.
I finished working and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go take a nap, but I knew I had to work tonight. So I
Mhm.
laid down for a few minutes and then it just hit me like, you really need to repot your plants. And I just was like, well, let me just go to Lowe's. So I went to Lowe's and I looked at the temperature and all that, and then I went to Lowe's, and then it says tomorrow it's supposed to start raining tonight at like 1 a.m. all day tomorrow. And
Mm, yeah.
I was supposed to go. Like that, and I take all of that to heart. Like, oh, it was my
Mhm.
time to go to Lowe's. I got some great
Mhm.
sales. It wasn't anybody in there. It was perfect. I
Right.
parked at the front. Like,
Mhm.
I couldn't have done anything
Right.
different, but it
Mhm.
was for me. So
Right. Right. And
yeah,
you were listening to your instincts and your intuition.
yeah,
And I
and
mean,
I'm
that's all you can do.
yeah,
Mhm.
and I'm trying to get to where, and you probably do this whole hand, like whatever. I'm trying to trust that if I trust the goodness, I have to
Mhm.
trust the other stuff too. I'm like, I'm
Mhm.
trying to just trust the process, and that's a
It's
daunting.
difficult. Trusting the
Yeah.
process is very difficult. It's not something that, I mean, for me, it never gets easier. I
Mm-mm.
just have to do it, and just say, okay, I'm just going to just do it. But it's something, especially when it's something dealing with your wellness, and your health, and, having to have the faith. It's a muscle you have to build, and sometimes it weakens and you have to build it back up again. I know trusting the process is something that will be a lifelong thing for me as well. For real.
I'm I have to find myself like, okay, well, I was excited when this happened, so I have to be excited for this too. But yeah. But anyway, it's already 10 o'clock. Oh my God, I love talking to you. I could talk to you like
I know. This is what always happens.
right now.
Always.
I could talk to you forever. I just love talking to you, and you're just so amazing, and your energy is just, it radiates and everything. Like, it just does. And
Thank you.
I'm so, thank you so much for coming tonight. And oh my
Thank you
gosh.
for having me. And tell your mom if she's watching or whatever. Tell her I said hi.
I sure, well, wait a minute. Well, I won't say it on here, but she had some plans. So
Oh,
yeah, she's got,
okay, mama.
I know, it's so funny. I always tell her like she is the sexiest person I know. I mean, she's 71.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, she's
Mm-hmm.
70. And she even right now, like she literally dresses for bed every night. She
I
dresses.
love it. I
And
love
I'm
it.
just like, you have always been the sexiest person. Like she's always,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
even when we were on our cruise, she was standing out on the balcony and her robe was just billowing in the wind. I was like, wait a minute, I'm going to buy me a robe.
Yes. A silk one at that.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. And she's sitting out there and her hair is blowing and her robe is just, I was like,
I love her. Oh my gosh, your mom
yes,
is amazing.
yeah, she's so much
Yes.
fun. So
Yes.
anyway, thank you so much. And I'll tell her you said hello. And
Yes.
I'll see you again soon.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will.
So this was
Yes.
Nichole. Say your name so I don't mess it up again.
It's Nichole Osunyoyin Omiyaale Lanier. Or just Nichole Lanier.
I was close, but I combined the Osun together and it's two words. Oh, that was close. Anyway,
Well, Osunyoyin is one. It's one. But yeah, it's one word.
well, when we get to your goddess to Oshun in our animation, I'm gonna get a picture of you so that you can be our image for Oshun.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, so I'll get with you on the show. All right. Mwah. Goodbye. Have a great night.
Bye bye. You too.
All right. Bye bye. All right. So that was Nichole Lanier. I love her every single time. I'm so happy that she did a reading, a numerology reading. That's awesome. So you guys know me. I'm Joycelyn, and this has been Joy Exposed. And remember, when joy is exposed, oh, she's still here. She's laughing. Just remember, when joy is exposed, everything just feels better. Mwah. I'll see you next week. Thank you so much to Queen's Ransom LLC at stmspecialties.com. Your support is always welcome. Bye.